people who made a difference. Out of the millions and millions of people in the world, only a few achieve greatness. They could be religious leaders, social workers, scientists, kings, or others who influence the lives of people by their teaching or work. Let us look at some great people who have affected the lives of Indians.
Religions and religions leaders. Hinduism. Hinduism is one of the old religions in the world. It began in India about 3600 years ago. Many religions leaders have helped Hinduism to grow by making people understand the religion better. Adi Shankaracharya, Maharishi Dayananda Saraswati and Swami Vivekananda are some of them. Hinduism has many holy books written long ago. The most important are the Vedas, the Puranas and the Ramayana and the Mahabharata and the Gita. Buddhism. The religion was started by Gautama Buddha. He was a rich prince who left the comfort of the palace to try to understand the meaning of life. He taught equality of all human beings and kindness to all living beings.
Jainism. The religion was started by Rishabha, the first Tirthankar. The religion got a major status in India. At the time, Lord Mahavira, the 24th Tirthankar, he lived at about the same time as Buddha. He preached kindness all living beings. He urged people to live a simple life and become vegetarians. Islam. The religion was founded by Prophet Muhammad. He lived in Arabia about 1400 years ago. He gave the message of love, peace and brotherhood to the Arabs who were fighting with each other at that time. His teachings spread throughout the world, including India. Followers of Islam are known as Muslims. The holy book of Muslims is the Quran.
Christianity. The religion was founded by Jesus Christ. He was born about 2000 years ago in Bethlehem. He taught people to love God and all the other peoples and emphasized on importance of forgiveness. The holy book of Christians is Bible. Christianity was spread in India by Saint Thomas.
Sikkim. The religion was founded by Guru Nanak Dev. He lived in Punjab about 500 years ago. He believed that there is only one God and people had given him different forms and names. The holy book of the Sikkim is the Guru Granth Sahib.
Parsi region Zoroastrianism. Parsis believes in the teaching of Zoroaster. He lived in Iran about 2005 years ago. He thought that our duty is to be good and fight evil. The holy book of the Parsis is called the Saint Avasata. Social reformer. From the time to time, evil practice takes root in society. For example, the caste system, the dowry system, or child marriage in India. Brave people have fought against such practices and helped to improve society. Such peoples are called social reformers. Kabir, he fought against social evils such as the caste system and the importance given to rituals and Hindu and Muslim priestess. He spread his messages of love and brotherhood through banjas and couplet known as dohas.
Rajaram Mohan Rai. He was born in Bengal about 250 years ago. He fought against the evils of child marriage, caste system and sati, burning of a widow along with the body of her husband. Ramabai Ranade was a social reformer of Maharashtra. She worked to improve the condition of women in India.
Kings. Emperor Ashoka. Once to great conqueror, he fought and won many battles. But after winning the famous Kalinga battle, he was very sad to see thousands of dead and injured soldiers. He gave up war and became a follower of Gupta Buddha. He helped to spread Buddha's message on non-violence. He made free hospitals, roads, dharmashalas, rest house, wells and tanks for the welfare of people.
Krishnadev Raya ruled in South India about 500 years ago. He worked for the good of the people. The people were free to follow whatever religion they wanted. He encouraged artists, poets and writers. Emperor Akbar ruled India about 400 years ago. He respected all religions, though Akbar himself could not read and write. He encouraged art, music and literature. He gave a lot of attention to the welfare of the people. He is remembered as a great ruler.
Mathematics, astronomy and medicines were well developed science in ancient India. The decimal system of numbers which everyone used today was developed in India. The Ayurveda system of medicine, which is still popular, was developed thousands of years ago. Surgery was also performed in ancient India. The study of stars and solar system was well known developed. Aryabhatta was a great mathematician and astronomer of ancient India. Varahimir was well known as astronomer. Charaka was famous physician and Susruta was surgeon. Some of the well-known scientists India was produced in modern world are Ramanujan, Jagadish Chandra Bose, C.V. Raman, Homi Bhabha, Vikram Sarabhai, S. Chandrasekhar and A.P. Abdul Kalam. Some become as a president of India.
Great people are those who influence the lives of others. They could be religious leaders, social reformers, scientists or kings. The important religious leaders whose teachings are followed in India are Gautam Buddha, Lord Mahavira, Prophet Muhammad, Jesus Christ, Guru Nanak Dev, Zoroaster. Some social reformers who fought against evils in society were Kabir, Rajaram Mohan Rai and Rambambi Ranade. Emperor Ashoka, Krishnadev Raya and Emperor Akbar are remembered as great kings who worked for the welfare of the people.
Our government. India is a huge country. It is not possible for a single government to look after the entire country properly. So the Indian government works at different level, at the local level, at the level of the state and the national level. The local level means in your village, town or locality. The state level covers an entire state like Punjab, Kerala, Bihar, etc. The national level means the entire country. When the government works at different levels, it brings the government to closer to people. A central or union government for the entire country based in capital Delhi. State governments for different states and union territories. Local government can be further divided into two categories, urban and rural. Urban areas are governed by municipal corporations or municipal councils. Rural areas are governed by Panchayat Raji institutions such as Silla Sparda and Gram Panchayat.
Certain responsibilities concern the country as a whole. For example, the defense of our borders or our relationship with other countries. These are the responsibilities of the central government. Educating the people and looking after law and order in the different states are the responsibilities of the state governments. The central government provides help to the state governments whenever required. These responsibilities are written down in our constitution. The central government making laws for the country and seeing that they are implemented is the main responsibility of the central government. The parliament makes the law. The parliament consists of the Lok Sabha, the Rajya Sabha and the president. Members of the Lok Sabha are directly elected by the people for a period of 5 years. Any citizen of India are authorized. Sending messages. Think and discuss. Suppose you are a factory owner in Jodhpur. A machine in your factory has stopped working. It needs a spare part available only in Mumbai. You pick up your telephone and order that part. You ask them to send it by air. You get the part the next day and your machine is repaired. Now suppose there were no telephones or aeroplanes. How many days do you think it would be taken for the machines to be repaired? How would this have affected you? Mind opener. When we share our thoughts, ideas and feelings or exchange information with people, we say we are communicating. Speech is the fastest method of communication between people. However, when we have to share our feelings or exchange information with people who are not physically present with us, we send messages. These are several ways of sending messages. We can send a letter or telegram to a friend, talk to her over the phone, or send an email. Long ago, people sent messages through carrier pigeons or had to send someone with message. However, we now have more reliable and fast methods of sending messages. Let us read about a few of them. Postal system. Postal system was established for sending messages. There are thousands of post offices all over India. We can send letters through different post offices. We can also send money orders and parcels. Fast messages can be sent through a telegram. Post offices also offer courier services known as speed post. Letters sent through speed post take only 1 or 2 days to reach any city in India. Courier services are also offered by number of other private postal companies in India. Telephone system. The telephone is the fastest and most convenient means of sending spoken messages. Almost every city and town in India is now connected by telephone. We can instantly talk to anyone anywhere in India or in the world through the telephone. To talk to someone in another city in India, we use the STD, subscriber trunk dialing facility. To talk to someone in another country, the ISP, international subscriber dialing facility is used. Mobile or cellular phones can be carried along with you. They have made telephones more convenient. We can also send short written messages using the short messaging services through our mobile phones. To instantly send written messages or even pictures, we can use the fax facility. For this, you need a fax machine connected to a telephone line. A very convenient method of sending fast messages today is email. It works through a computer connected to the internet. Mass media. Till now we have talked of one person sending messages to another. We also need to send messages in the form of news, entertainment programs, coverage of important events, etc. to a large number of people at the same time. This can be done through newspapers, radio or television. These are called mass media. They are means of mass communication that is communicating to a large number of people. Newspapers give us news and information about events from all over the world. A large number of newspapers are published in India in several Indian languages. The radio gives us news and educational and entertainment programs. It is very useful for people who cannot read or write. Radio signals can be received all over India. The television, TV is the most popular means of mass communication today. Do you know why? News, educational and entertainment programs telecast on television are watched by millions of people. Important sports and cultural events can be shown live on television. This is possible because of satellites. Television signals from one part of the world can be sent to another part of the world through satellites. Television signals can also be received all over India. Since television sets are expensive, our government has installed television sets at community centers in several villages in India. Now we know this. Compared to olden days, we now have more reliable and fast methods of sending messages. We can send letters, money, orders, parcels and telegrams through a post office. Telephone is the fastest and most convenient means of sending messages. Newspapers, radio and TV mediums for mass communication. Television is the most popular means of mass communication. Newspapers are very cheap. They cost just 1 or 2 rupees a paper. But the cost of producing them is much higher. Find out how it possible for you to get them so cheap. Here is a hint. Newspapers also publish advertisements. The reason why you pay very little or sometimes pay nothing at all for receiving radio and TV programs is similar. Our culture and heritage, our languages. You have already watched that our country has number of languages. Almost every state has its own language. There are 23 major languages in India, including Hindi and English. These are Assamese, Bodo, English, Hindi, Kashmiri, Maithili, Manipuri, Nepali, Punjabi, Santali, Tamil, Urdu, Bangla, Dogri, Gujarati, Kannada, Konkani, Malayalam, Marathi, Oriya, Sanskrit, Sindhi, Telugu. Hindi is understood and spoken by the largest number of people in our country. It was therefore choose an official language of India. Our language may be spoken in different ways in different parts of the country. For example, Hindi is spoken in several ways. Different forms of the same language are known as dialects. Each language has its own style of writing known as script. Most languages are written from left to right. However, Urdu, Sindhi and Kashmiri are written from right to left. Our clothes. You have also seen that different states in our country have different traditional clothing for men and women. For women, the sari is the most popular. However, the style of tying the sari differs from state to state. Salwar kameez is another popular attire worn by women throughout India. The Gagra is common in Gujarat, Rajasthan and Madhya Pradesh. Long narrow skirts with stripes of different colors are worn in the northeastern states of India. Among men, the most common traditional clothing are dhoti, kurta, pajama, and lungi shirt. Turbans of different types are tied in different states in Kashmir. Salwar, kameez, and piran are popular. Modern clothes are common among men and women living in towns and cities. Our dance and music. India has a long tradition of dance and music. You have already read about the dance forms of some of the states. There are two main types of dance and music, folk and classical. Most classical dances began as forms of worship. Trained dancers performed in temples. Some even performed in courts of kings. Today, everyone enjoys these dances. The major classical forms of dances are as follows: Bharatanatyam, Tamil Nadu; Kathak, Uttar Pradesh; Kathakali, Kerala; Kuchipudi, Andhra Pradesh; Manipuri, Manipur; Mohiniyattam, Kerala; Odissi, Orissa; Satriya, Assam. Folk dances are performed by groups of people to express their joy. They are performed on occasions like marriages, birth of child, festivals, or harvesting of crops. Some of the popular folk dances are Bhangra, Punjab; Bihu, Assam; Garba, Gujarat; Ghumar, Rajasthan; tribal dances, Nagaland, Mizoram, etc. Classical music was also performed in temples or courts of kings. There are two styles of classical music in India. There are Hindustani music developed in North India, Carnatic music developed in South India. Many instruments are used in classic music. Some of these are sitar, sarod, veena, flute, mridangam, and tabla. Painting. Traditional painting in India has also been inspired by either religion or by kings. The famous wall paintings in India, Ajanta caves in Maharashtra, show the life of Lord Buddha. They were drawn by Buddhist priests and are more than 1500 years old. The art of miniature paintings was made popular in India by the Mughal kings. They had artists from many places working for them. The miniature paintings depict several scenes such as landscapes, hunting, battles, and stories from the life of Lord Krishna. Architecture. Architecture or the art of building was earlier inspired by the religion. Buddhism inspired the building of many stupas. Emperor Ashoka and his successors built the beautiful stupas at Sanji and Sarnath. Several Hindu temples with beautiful coverings were later made. The Kailash temple at Ellora has been carved from a single stone. The Sun temple at Kanarak, Meenakshi temple at Madurai, Khajuraho temples in Madhya Pradesh, and the Jain temples of Mount Abu are famous for their architecture.